fans out there in the Tubosphere. Welcome to the One Man Sports Rant. I am your host, Will, the alternative ESPN Sports Thrill, talking a lot of basketball today in 4 different aspects. Alright, so what is a One Man Sports Rant? Just briefly, this has to be a sports show. With all due respect to would-be future subscribers and new viewers, our current subscribers know this, but we at the OMSR, yes I know, sounds like a misnomer. One man, we, well there is a we involved. A couple dudes help me out with this. We're all former football, basketball players, mostly college, and a few Marine Corps recon. So if you wouldn't say it to our face, and I'm pretty sure that's the case, don't say stuff from the safety of your computer. It's not going to make it anyway. That's not the point. What I'm trying to tell you is there's a little thing called the DCMA, Digital Copyright Millennium Act, and a lot of the times out of the 3 comments that we get on this show, 2 are positive, 1's negative. I can live with 66 1/3%. I'm not going to be kept up at night if they were all negative. That's not the point here. We're covering our butt. We're bringing you more in terms of, especially with professional MLB and NBA, sports highlights than you're going to get anywhere else. I mean, they might be on there for a week. Guess what? They're going to file, third-party content ID, if not copyright strike to that YouTuber account. So that's that. All right. You see from our Pi Kappa, Alpha, House Sweethearts, U of U chapter, Alpha Tau, giving you props. All right. So this is the baseline show. Talking about Baylor. I'm going to put that up next after we just uploaded the Baylor women, and I would agree with RG3. So maybe RG3 will be happier tonight. Baylor was our dark horse in the tournament. They didn't get a tournament play-in game. I was pretty pissed off about that. We've been covering Baylor a lot this year. They're going to win. It's a rematch against BYU. And then Shaq's number getting retired. Are the Lakers going to win? Are the Mavericks going to win? Hey, the Jazz are ahead. Who would have thought that? And then the deal going on with the Pac-12 referee and so forth, and Sean Miller of Arizona. So based on the title, what's coming up next. I'm not going to keep talking about it. Sports Clip is coming up next. One more thing. This show is copyrighted to the OMSR. Brief video highlights courtesy to ESPN, ABC, Pac-12 Network, CBS, and or Fox. The OMSR does not own these video highlights, but does own all the other original content and the overall concept herein, thereof, therefore, most rights reserved. Hey, if you missed our baseball show, Kim Puck here, 19-4 now, baby. All right, roll grab.
Good morning and welcome to the latest live edition of Sports Center alongside Chris McKendry. I'm Jay Crawford. Baseball's youth movement continued yesterday. Kershaw, Strasburg, and Harper all playing the role of opening day heroes.
That they were, but we begin with the story that's gaining momentum by the hour. The investigation into comments made by Pac-12 official Ed Rush.
Chris, according to a report by CBSSports.com, the Pac-12 has investigated its coordinator of officials for offering fellow referees incentives for issuing a technical foul or ejecting Arizona head coach Sean Miller ahead of the Pac-12 tournament. According to a source in the room at the time, Ed Rush offered $5,000 or a trip to Cancun to the referee who either, quote, rang him up or ran him. The offer was made ahead of Arizona's quarterfinal round game of the tournament. Then, according to the source, Rush reissued the offer before Arizona's Pac-12 semifinal game against UCLA. And look what happened in that game. After a critical double dribble call late in the game that went against the Wildcats, Miller was hit with a technical foul for his reaction to it. Arizona lost that game by 2. Here's Miller after the game.
The reason I got a technical foul is because I said he touched the ball. He touched the ball. Like, in other words, Mark Lyons dribbled, and by the way, when you show the replay here on ESPN in a few seconds, he touched the ball. They touched the ball. He touched the ball. He touched the ball. He touched the ball. That's a hard one now. When you work August, September, October, November, December, January, February, and here we are. My man over here, he's never coming back here again. his coach gets a technical foul. Didn't cuss, didn't challenge him. By the way, it's my first technical foul.
Miller was also fined $25,000 for the incident. Now, the Pac-12 has looked into the matter, and Commissioner Larry Scott told CBSSports.com, quote, based on the review, we have concluded that while Rush made inappropriate comments that he now regrets during internal meetings that referenced rewards, he made the comments in jest, and the officials in the room realized they were not serious offers. Following our review, we have discussed the matter with Rush, taken steps to ensure it does not happen.
Emphasize, they try to shock him into being more firm. By the same token, what I found was, so I found it was not true. What I also found is completely inappropriate to joke about a topic like this. If there's any chance that could be misunderstood, you need to be impartial and fair, and you use very, very poor judgment. Step one for me was I immediately had to decide, is there a fireable offense here?
Was there?
Has an official crossed, in my determination, no. That there was nothing unethical, there was no incentive offered. Our guys talked to the official that issued the tee. Let me tell you, he didn't think he won anything. He's not in Cancun right now, but there was nothing unethical or any breach of integrity about the way the games were called. There was no fireable offense.
Seth Greenberg with us on sports, and a lot of levels on this thing, obviously. So we'll begin with Rush's initial comments. Even if you're joking and the other guy is a jerk, can you say these kind of things?
Can't do it. Just can't do it. You can't do it once, let alone twice. Like, see, the first time you do it, it's inappropriate. The second time you do it, it's unethical. You can't paint that subliminal message in that official's mind, because you got to understand, when you're the director of officials, coordinator officials, you control that official's future. And what I mean by that, you can control his next assignment. So if you send that message, in the back of his mind, he's thinking, wait a second. Where's he coming from on this? Even if it's in a joking manner in some way, hey, I better keep my eye on it. The second thing is, when you get into conference play, I've talked to a couple of directors of officials this afternoon. When you get into conference tournament play, the one thing that every good supervisor tells his officials, no surprises. So all of a sudden now, you play an 18-game league schedule. You're going to get into the conference tournament. Oh, by the way, fellas, we're going to really hold you to that coach's box. Don't you leave the coach's box. The last 18 games, no problem. But in the conference tournament, you leave it, we're going to whack you. Bad message.
You've also talked to Sean Miller.
I talked to Sean Miller, and his point of view is more coming from the players. Imagine this, cheapen the outcome of the game. Here he's got seniors, right? Have a chance to hang a banner, a Pac-12 banner. They lose the game by 4 points, one possession. Who knows what the outcome of the game would be?